we'll start with introducing ourselves, even though we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah, true.
So I'm sitting with Konstantinos. Did I pronounce it okay?
That's true. Surprisingly, you hit it well.
Okay, amazing. AKA Simply Digital.
Yeah, that's probably what most people know.
AKA Simply Digital. The face. So we are at Arc, right? In Glyfada Beach in Athens. We connected on Instagram and I DM'd you and I was like, I'm going to interview you. I was so direct. I was like, can I interview you?
It was like that. That's what I'm always saying to people. Just ask whatever you want to people and
actually,
you will be surprised how many people will say yes.
100%. Because I used to be like this. I used to be so afraid to ask. I'm like, because naturally I'm quite soft. So I'm like, I'm not going to ask.
Yeah.
But then lately in like the last year, I've just been asking for things and a lot of the time it happens.
When you ask, things happen, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Exactly. So I guess you're from Greece, natively, and a bit Italian.
Exactly.
Tell us a bit about the region that you live, like your connection here, how you feel about the place.
Well, I love Greece. I love the vibes. I love the weather. I love the land. I love the different things that you can do. I'm a sea addict, so I cannot really stay away from from the beach. I don't really love winter, but you know, at least I love it better when it's by the sea and not a harsh winter.
Okay.
So I've lived abroad, but I came back to Greece intentionally because I wanted to start something from here, and it worked. So I'm blessed to be able to live in a place that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Doing things professionally without being, physically outside Greece. So I have clients from all over the world, many from and I live where I enjoy the most.
Where you desire and where you enjoy. Amazing. I'm not gonna open
and you've seen the reason why I love it here.
Yes, this is my 5th time, so I'm a bit addicted to Greece. I love Greece a lot. So tell us a little bit about how you got into digital marketing and like doing what you do, like the whole content game. What kind of sparks you're like, I'm gonna do this now, like this is my path.
Yeah. So I was always, in the business / marketing kind of industry. That I knew from early on that I want to join the creative side of doing business, which is the marketing world in general. So I started, working in multinational companies like Procter & Gamble and Diageo, being a regional manager of big brands like Ariel, Pringles,
wow, I love
Duracell.
Pringles.
Yeah. I love it too,
I love Pringles.
but I don't do it very often.
Okay.
So I got the structured marketing way of working from these companies, but after a decade, I was like, maybe I need to change something. I don't really enjoy being in the corporate world anymore. I want to try the startup reality, to see the tech, reality, to see what's in there for me. And then I realized that I don't know anything about digital. So through the process of building a startup, I started understanding a bit more, the digital implementation of marketing. I started a startup like 6, 7, 8 years ago, and that led me to Simply Digital, which was a way to fund my startup.
Okay.
But
and
then it turned out to be
a
business alone. Yeah.
Okay. And remind us of the startup.
The startup is called Champions ID.
Champions.
ChampionsID.com. I used to be an athlete myself, so
what
martial arts.
Oh, I think you saw. I think I've seen this.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So I wanted to create something that really helped people like me when I started to become more visible, to have more opportunities as an athlete, to become better as an athlete, to connect, to network with the right people. Because 99% of athletes really struggle to make it.
Yeah, definitely.
So they need more visibility. They need to be accessed by professionals, and that's why I created this kind of network, which was like a LinkedIn of sports, like a recruiting kind of platform. I needed a lot of money, so despite by being funded, winning awards, being funded by the U.S. Department of State back in 20, we needed more. So at some point of time, I ran out of money, like most startups do.
Yeah.
And then Simply Digital was the contingency plan, let's say, which worked. And now it's a standalone business, is my main focus. Yeah. And we're the biggest digital marketing channel globally right now.
That's amazing. How do you feel about it?
I feel nice, not very overwhelmed by the this thought. I mean, I always focus on what's next, not what I have done. Okay. I enjoy that. I really appreciate it, but it's not something that will make me feel less active and less hungry about doing stuff.
I gotcha.
So and that's why content, that's everything happened because of content.
Yeah, okay. That's
I realized that you need content to grow a business.
Yeah.
early enough. So that's why I started creating videos like this one.
Yeah.
Being uncomfortable because I'm an introverted person, so I didn't really enjoy it much.
Okay, I'm similar as well, actually.
Yeah,
It
but I
takes
knew I
time.
had to do it.
Yeah.
I knew I had to do it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good answer. That was a nice answer. If you were mentoring someone who wanted to take like a similar path to you, what kind of key steps or advice would you give to them on like a general? Oh, you could go a bit deeper if you want, but
Well, first of all, you need to have a clear, identity strategy in your head. What exactly you want to achieve, what you would like people to remember you for.
yeah.
So you know exactly what are the things you want to do and what are the things you not want to do, because you don't want to be remembered like something else. Many people get into the trap of copying somebody else
Yeah,
when
you
they
were
enter
saying
the
that.
game, because they see something that works for Konstantinos or for you
So
or
they
for
think it's
Gary Vee,
gonna-
and they believe that's the way they have to do it. First of all, you need to identify and figure out your own identity
Yeah.
and start building and creating content based on this kind of reality, not based on my reality
Yeah,
or what
everyone's
it works for
reality is
me.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, principles are the same,
Yeah.
but you need to figure out your identity, and then you need to disconnect from the reward kind of obsession.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
most people, start creating content or doing something in order to get something else,
Yeah.
and they want to get it in the time frame that they believe they need to get it.
Yeah.
Most of the times this time frame is a total illusion.
Yeah, I
So,
agree. You can
yeah.
like quantum jump to your
Yeah,
next
exactly.
timeline.
You
I
don't
think.
know how fast it will work for you, or how
Yeah.
slow, or if that first step that you're targeting is the step that you will accomplish. Maybe there's another step that you will accomplish along the way that it's more important for you
Yeah,
and more fitting for you.
definitely.
So just focus on the process and trying to be better every single day in what you do, creating more valuable content, like we said before.
Yeah.
Try to create content that really people would love paying for,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
So if you have this kind of notion every single time that you shoot a video, that if this is gonna be too valuable for people,
Yeah.
great things gonna happen along the way. I promise
Of
you,
course.
because right now value is really rewarded more than anything online, and if you disconnect from the time frame and everything, it's gonna work for you.
Yeah, amazing. So, if you could give any advice, or do you have any key advice for businesses and like creators going into like Q4 of this year?
We're going to
Into Q4, like quarter four. of this
Q4,
year,
okay.
Yeah.
well finish strong. I mean, you have a good quarter ahead, like 3 months, and I don't know how many people really start with goals at the beginning,
Yeah.
and they're trying to catch up, when the end is nearing.
Near, yes, it's like this
But
for some people.
trying to make some changes at the end, trying to try some new things, try to create more content. I think that always the decision to focus more on your content side,
Yeah.
it's always working.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I did also in a time that my business didn't work at all. I did my first hire, we lost a couple of clients, and I was really struggling to pay my rent or pay my first employee.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna double down on content and see what happens 6 months from now. And this worked tremendously well for me.
Okay.
And from what I've seen from the people that I've coached, from the businesses that I have consulted, whenever they do it, it's always working. Either
Okay.
with new leads or with new business opportunities, with more following, the better community,
Yeah.
and that always leads you something. So
Okay.
focus more on your content the last quarter, and I believe that great things gonna happen for you.
Beautiful. So you said you coach people. So like, what do you bring to them when you coach them? Like, is it quite broad, or do you coach them? Is it quite specific? Like,
So my
How do you
background
coach
is
them?
mostly business. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a content creator, but I'm not consulting only on content,
Okay, yeah.
because I have a 20 plus years of experience in business and marketing, and that's what I mostly do. I help people grow a business from 0 to Z, or
Okay.
to scale it, or to have to structure an idea and start making the first steps,
Yeah.
or to upgrade their content. So
okay.
for all this spectrum of things, I can help them, and I help them.
Beautiful.
And I always do that from the experience level, not something theoretical.
What was that?
I mean, I always try to do things and to adjust my own experience and the things that
Okay.
I've done
Yeah.
in their own reality, not
Not in your reality.
telling something theoretical that might work, and I haven't
Okay.
tried it myself.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think that's the best thing, because everyone's reality is so different. And like you were saying before, like if you try to be this person's reality, things don't align, and the universe will like shove it in your face and say like, this is not your reality.
And I'm really tired of seeing people coaching people without knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a bit sad as well.
Yeah, you
actually.
cannot coach somebody to reach 2 million followers without having 2 million followers.
Of course, yeah.
Or having a 7-figure business and trying to help people scale a business. How can you do it if you haven't done it yourself?
Yeah,
it's a joke, right?
It is a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of people are doing this, and some people don't even realize that it's happening. Like it just happens, which is unfortunate. But it's good that you're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank God.
I hate BS. I hate fluff, and that's my name of my business as well.
Yeah.
So Simply Digital came exactly because of that. Because I hate fluff. I hate complicated stuff. I'm straight to the point. I'm honest. That's why I love the name as well.
Yeah, that's a really good name. Simply Digital. Like Konstantinos, what do you think will be the biggest changes in the creator economy in the next year?
That's a good question. You've seen the wilderness, the craziness with AI right now.
Yeah.
So there's too much content coming out which is AI generated.
Yes.
And I think that we're gonna lose a lot of the authenticity and the originality and the human nature of content in the coming months or even a year, because even if we don't realize it, AI is at year 0 right now.
It's very fresh.
It's very fresh. Like 8 months old or something, so it's gonna get even wilder. We've seen, I've seen recently, so for example in video, which is one of the many platforms, the video platforms that I use, just launched an AI generator, which is actually using a prompt to generate videos that are super realistic.
That's
with super
scary.
realistic and human-like voiceovers.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that 1 year from now you will not be able to separate and tell what is AI and what is human-like.
Like visually and the voice-wise.
Everything.
You even
the script that they create, how articulate it is and how accurate it is in terms of the tonality.
Like empathetic, like you think people will connect with it.
Wow. You can select the mood level, if it's gonna sound a bit more motivational or a bit more sensitive or a bit more emphatic.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is done by AI right now.
Yeah.
So for me it's really important to create content by always using AI. I'm not against AI. I'm very in favor of AI. But I'm always saying to people, don't lose your identity because of AI. Use it as an assistant.
Yeah.
As something that will beat the writer's block and help you, start with an idea and then evolve this idea, add your own tone and experience and your 2 cents in that, and start, practicing yourself going in front of the camera and shooting videos, because originality and authenticity will never be away, I believe. So the human nature of people will always be useful, and if you elevate that with AI, you're gonna be ahead of people.
Yeah.
So use AI as an assistant, not as something that will, wipe out yourself and creativity completely.
Of course, and I think as long as you stay true to yourself, like no one's as powerful as yourself when you are in your own energy, right? And when you are your higher self, nothing is in your competition. It's just, it's a clear path ahead, kind of.
I agree.
She's like, she's gonna ask me this again. I'm going to divert a little bit from business, but if you were to sum up your philosophy of life in I'm going to say a few sentences, but I know it's really hard because this girl asked me this question on the plane yesterday and we spoke for an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So if you have a philosophy, the way you go about life, business, all areas of life, what is that philosophy and how would you kind of sum it up, and what do you do every day to keep your philosophy alive? That makes sense.
I have a very big, a very clear path for myself, which is not compromising anything. I don't like compromising in my dreams, in my personal life goals, in my mental peace and health. I don't like compromising that. So that means that you need to say some hard no's in your life. To people, to toxic situations, to things that you believe that you have to do, because that's how you've been raised, and that's because the culture of things is around you.
Yeah.
So for me, the non-compromising path is a great path where you see yourself blooming and you really see your full potential as a human.
Yeah.
and you really meet the things that you really love in this life. Because when you're compromising and follow a given path,
Yeah.
you will never see your real self. The self that says, I don't give a shit what people think. This is me. This is why I'm going this path, because I enjoyed it, because it's me, because I self-express the way that I love, and every single day I wake up with a smile in my face.
Beautiful.
At least most of the days, right? It's not possible to be every day happy unless you're on drugs or something.
You can't have like one without the other. Good without bad. Everything is opposite.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're humans. We are,
Exactly.
a roller coaster of emotions and experiences and differences. And you will experience different moods every day, but at least make sure that you follow a path that makes you happy most of the days.
Yeah, and you can reach, I feel like anyone can build up this reality in their minds, like they can desire this reality, and sometimes they feel like it's so far away, like all they have to do is like take the steps and like meet that reality, because it already exists for them, right?
Yeah.
They just need to align with it.
Exactly, and there's nothing more liberating in your life than you being yourself and feeling okay with that.
Definitely.
Without apologies, without having to make any discounts, and be yourself. If you're not a good person, not be yourself and try to work with yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the most the average empathetic good person around that has dreams and wants to do good things in life and for the world, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's about
and try
the
to be a
picture.
positive addition to this world, not a negative one.
Yeah. 100%. I agree.
Do something positive.
And like you can have such an impact on other people just by like being your own like higher self as well, I think.
And that is very fulfilling as well.
Definitely. I feel like when you are in this and you can see the impact it has on others, it's like a very warm feeling.
Exactly.
Versus if you just like solely focus on like your own path.
Yeah. And there was a guy from India, I don't know his name, he was saying...
Sadhguru? Maybe?
No, he was not this one, but another guy that was saying that whenever you are in the serving business of serving others, you cannot be disappointed, because if you are all about me, you're expecting things from others to yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I want you to love me. If you don't love me, I'm disappointed. But if I want to love you, it's gonna stop me from getting disappointed, right?
Definitely.
I love you anyway. I love people. I create impact for others. Who can stop me from impacting others?
Yeah.
Others might not impact me, so I might get disappointed. But if I choose to impact others and help others and serve others, you cannot be disappointed.
Exactly, and I think that's like the path to a better world. If everyone like gives to others, it's just abundance, constant abundance, and it flows on to everyone else.
And always comes back to you in a great way.
Exactly.
In a great way.
And I feel like the retreat that I just did, it was such a warming experience, and I brought these girls together. And like the one thing that they sent to me was like that really stuck was like, you don't come across as like this money hungry person that wanted to like just take our money, and like it wasn't a cold experience, it was a very like overwhelming experience.
People understand that.
Yeah, and I think all you have to do is channel that in yourself, and like it's not as if I'm trying to consciously all the time make sure they were comfortable. It's just in my nature, because I step into that part. And I think if anyone can step into that part of themselves, like the impact is going to be insane for the world.
Absolutely agree, and I've seen it happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now to the hard questions. I was like philosophical. I love those questions. Do you have any new business ventures coming up, or are you quite like deeply focused on what you're currently doing?
Yeah, Simply Digital is one business, but there are different sectors and different things that we do.
Yeah.
So it's my consulting, it's my affiliate marketing efforts, it's my digital marketing agency. Now we have a new department which is all about AI, developing tools, helping businesses grow through AI.
Yeah.
So it's one business, one name, which I have built, and would be dumb for me to not utilize it fully. But there are different things happening around this name. So I'm trying always to evolve, trying to see what else we can do by leveraging the scale that we have and the abilities we have and the name that we have and everything, always with this kind of mindset of how I can be more impactful, how can I help more people, which always brings us at a better level business wise as well.
Of course. So speaking of AI, actually, because you're very across that, if you could give someone let's say they were starting a digital marketing business, they were in the early stages, if you could recommend like maybe 3 to 5 AI tools that they should start with, what would you recommend? Or if that's not enough, like you pick the number, but what do you think?
Well,
which ones and how many of them?
ChatGPT is obviously a great one.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, definitely.
I love Stable Diffusion.
Okay.
Which is a bit more complex, but you can create amazing visual miracles with that. One other great tool is DALL-E.
Darling.
DALL-E
Beautiful
is a great
name.
one to create.
Darling,
it's from
I-N-G.
DALL-E. You know, DALL-E the painter.
Is it Darling with a G?
It's D-A-L-L-E.
Oh, DALL-E. That's
DALL-E.
still beautiful.
Yeah. And you can create visual stuff as well with that. I love the vid.io, which is another.
I've heard that one.
There's a new AI feature in that really. So, for example, you have this video, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna edit that later. So you're gonna take out the poses, the arms, stuff like that.
Open your phone. I'm gonna leave that in.
Yeah. So for that you can use that, and with one button you can eliminate all the poses and all the repeated things.
That's amazing.
It eliminates and it edits the video in a way that you can start, adding text and stuff like that.
So
yes.
I'm gonna put another question in there. So then, what do you think about video editors and like their place in like, I guess, the near future? If things like this are happening, what do you think about?
It's great. More content. You can do more content easily.
But like, what do you think about the path of like, if someone was like, I want to be a video editor, you think they would just do the same thing, like utilize AI for their career, sort of thing?
Well, a great video, it's something that I always say to people. If you're good above average in whatever you do, you have no threat.
Yes, true.
And if you learn how to use tools in your favor, you will be even better.
Yeah.
So the people that are being threatened by tools and technology are people that are below average.
Yeah.
That's a hard fact, and it's true. I've seen it.
It is, yeah.
Nobody, if you're a great video editor, and great video editors, who are they? Are not just people that just know where to cut and how to add text.
Of course.
They have a very strategic approach. They're like directors. They can add some color, they can add some character in your video. They understand what is your personality, and they find the right style and the right tonality. They highlight the right stuff. This is something that AI cannot do.
Yes.
So if you have this kind of human approach and you have this kind of eye of a director, nobody can threaten you. With the AI tools you will be even better. You will save time.
Of course. Do you edit your own videos, or do you get
Not
a video
anymore.
editor?
I know how to
all the
edit.
time.
I'm really good in editing.
Yeah.
But I don't have time now.
Yeah, it's quite time consuming, especially the volume.
Sometimes when I just want to do something on the spot, right?
Makes sense.
I do it myself, of course.
Yeah, makes sense.
But most of the times my videos are being edited by others.
Okay, nice, beautiful. I will ask you one question while you're opening it. So I did just run a UGC creator retreat per se, because it was quite niche, but it ended up being broad in the sense that like it was a very spiritual experience. We spoke about other things in like other areas of business because other girls had different backgrounds. But what kind of advice would you give to someone who wants to focus on like the UGC creator space? Like, what do you think it's going to look like? What are things that they can do to really get ahead? Because it's becoming quite saturated and quite popular at the moment.
Well, there are many industries that are saturated, right? But what is never saturated is people that choose to do it consistently.
So consistency,
like, we start creating content today, right? We and other 5 people. How many people of these people you believe 1 year later are gonna be consistently creating videos?
Not many, actually.
Tell me 2 years later.
Even less,
very few. Very few. And that part of people, that part of the market is not saturated at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always saying to people, see the long picture, see the long game,
not the short term,
and target for that. So find a pace and a rhythm that works for you. Try to enjoy that, because if you hate it, you're not gonna
enjoy it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get there. I mean, we're on a Saturday morning right here. We're not at the beach like we could, and we're shooting a video because we enjoyed it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
We wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it.
Definitely.
So if you really find magic in that and see the value, and you see that as a way of art, because content creation is creation.
It's storytelling, it's connecting, it's everything, yeah.
So you're expressing your thoughts, your life experiences in a way to impact others, and that's amazing.
Of course it's amazing.
And you can do it easier than ever right now.
Yeah.
Organic reach is at the lowest right now, so it's more. It's easier than ever to get organic reach.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity you cannot ignore if you understand basic marketing. So for me, that's the only thing that you need to have in your head as a content creator.
Yeah.
And to experiment and try to see what is your own voice, your own
Style
style, like the artists.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
one is Picasso, the other one is Dali.
Dali.
They have their own style, right?
Yeah,
Find
yeah.
your own style, be yourself, and start enjoying it. And you will find not just your own style, but you will find also business opportunities.
Your people.
You understand your needs, what exactly you are passionate about talking. So
Yeah.
I know many people that start with spirituality, and then they go to another place, and then they find their vibe and their exact niche because they started creating content.
Yeah.
It makes you better, it makes you research, it makes you learn
Definitely,
more,
and like
right?
you get to talk and connect
Yeah.
on like a deeper level with people
Exactly.
that you wouldn't even reach otherwise. Like
Exactly.
you wouldn't pass them on the street. You can't reach them on the other side of the world. So I
Exactly.
think that's the beautiful
It's
thing.
a great learning curve, creating content.
Yeah, definitely. What do you do? Because obviously you're very much in the digital space. You work online on your technology a lot. What do you do to like switch off and like take a break? I shouldn't say switch off because nothing really is like switching off. You're always present.
That's-
But
yeah, never.
So what do you do to kind of have a break from technology or from your everyday work life?
Well, the beach is something that I always do. I mean,
Yeah.
almost daily I visit the beach, either just to work by the sea, like here, this beautiful space.
This is a great space to work.
a
I
great
feel like I'm going to
space.
take a video of it later. It's really nice.
It was the first day. So I quit my job 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
The next day that I quit my job, I came here with my laptop and I sit on,
Special
on
place.
this right table. Yeah.
This is a
And
special
people
place.
that know me here now,
Wow,
and
that's so
because they see me on
beautiful.
social media, they're like, "We know that you started from
Oh
here.
my
We're
god,
so proud."
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
It's like an emotional.
And
wow,
so
I
that was
love
the right
that.
spot because it really made me feel nice.
Yes, yes.
I was working for many years in spots that I hated,
Yeah.
a cubicle, like a robot.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
That's
right?
actually horrible. It's like a matrix. Like you were just.
you're in the
that's,
matrix.
that's really
so
horrible.
when I came here, my creativity got unlocked. I felt better.
Yeah.
And when you feel better, great things happen,
Of
right?
course. And do you still come here like to
Almost
work
weekly.
every now and then?
Almost
You bring
weekly.
your laptop
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
amazing. I
yeah.
love that a lot.
I love working in
amazing.
such spaces, and I have like 3-4 very my favorite spots that I go there and I feel nice, and I organize
Yeah.
my week. I do things that, of course, I don't create videos in here.
Yeah.
I want to be in a quiet place, etc. But I do many other things, replying to my emails, even having calls,
Okay.
many different things. So it's really important to find an environment that you really enjoy working in.
Yeah.
What was the question?
The question was, this is great. The question was, what do you do to take a break
Oh,
from
yeah,
like
yeah,
technology
right,
and
right.
that space?
So for me, the sea is something that really fills me and
Yeah.
makes me feel better, clears my head, the energy. I feel
Yes.
the energy too much, and it helps me. It's my own way of meditating.
Yeah.
Working out, it's part of my life for many years, so I still do it
Yeah.
almost daily.
That's good.
Some kind of workout. And then, being close to people that I enjoy being, like, my friends, having a good talk, having a good dinner or lunch,
Yeah.
a good walk, basic stuff. And then, of course, traveling is always something that I enjoy doing. My cat also is something that really relaxes me.
Yeah, cats
It's
are
a good
beautiful.
companion. Yeah, that's pretty much it, not something crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be crazy. It's
No, it
always
doesn't
the
have to
simple
be.
things that are the most
Exactly.
calming and centering, I think.
Exactly.
So when you say meditate, like you meditate by the sea, do you have other forms of meditation? Are you big on that, or what?
I used to be big on that, especially when I was in a depressive kind of state.
Okay.
Some years back. Therapy helped me a lot for that, but being present is something that we don't do much.
Definitely.
Understand the benefit of that, and meditation is a great way to feel the surroundings, to focus on your head, inside your head and not outside your head all the time. All the time we're outside our head, right?
Of course.
So it's good, for a change to hit the pause button.
Yeah.
Stay in your head, see your understand your thoughts, your current reality, feel your body a bit more, your surroundings, enjoy the moment, the sunlight on your face.
Yes.
So for me, it's a personal thing how you meditate and how you feel present.
I agree, because there are so many ways they tell
Yeah.
you, do this, sit in a quiet space for X amount of time, but
I never
your
sit like
meditation-
that or
yeah.
put my never.
They always say if this person is very much in their head a lot and they're an overthinker, overanalyzer, the best form for them is like get out in nature and go for a walk. Like for them, that's meditative, not like sitting, even more with their like thoughts. But
exactly.
like I think it's very interesting that you said that we always focus on the outside, but there's so much within our own being. Like the brain is so undiscovered and there's so much within us that we don't even know that exists. So I think that's very interesting. So you're around people a lot, obviously, like that's part of your life, like you work with people, you hire people. How do you kind of figure out who it is you're going to bring into your, both your inner circle in life and like in your business circle as well? Like what do you look for? Or like,
in my business circle, it's different versus the personal one. But for me, in both cases, the energy, the quality of the person, the toxic level of the person is something super important.
Definitely.
So I never collaborate or have people in my life anymore, because I used to, that, I feel that they are entitled, they are toxic, they're narcissistic.
Yes.
So this is a no-go for me. I don't even care if you're a billionaire or if you bring super value in my business.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with you.
Of course.
Right? My inner peace is super important, is the most valuable thing. On a business level, I never see resumes.
Okay.
I don't care about your typical skills.
Yeah.
I care about your hungriness to learn, your ability to think and see things strategically and understand what's happening in whatever you. I mean, many people come to me like, Konstantinos, I love what you do and I want to work with you. Give me a job.
Okay.
You're not gonna get a job like that. But if you come to me and say, Konstantinos, I've seen this, you do that. I've seen your YouTube channel. I saw your funnel. I understand that you're doing that. I have some ideas about this thing.
Yeah.
Can we talk? We will always talk.
Okay.
Because I see that you have analyzed the situation. You spent 30 minutes to understand what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
And you have some ideas. So
Definitely.
I want to listen to you.
Definitely.
Because it means that you are diligent and you want to. You have some ideas on a specific thing. Not generally speaking, I want a job.
Yes.
Just give me anything. It means that you don't even care who you're gonna work with.
Yeah.
Right. So that's always my decision about who I'm gonna work with. I want to see this kind of intention.
Yeah.
Of I want to work with you, not with anybody. I want to work with you, and prove me that you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Okay, it's pretty simple, but like it's also very important.
Yeah.
The way to go about
Exactly.
Because you can just differentiate who is like hungry, who wants to like get to this level, who wants to be close
It's
to
all
you.
about who wants it.
I love that you like came here actually, and like this was the place that kind of sparked it. That's awesome.
This what?
Like you came to this place, and it was like it sparked something. It was like a special place. That's
very,
beautiful.
Very much. And it's called ARC.
I love that. It's
is,
like very like
it's a good
strong,
kind of connotation,
philosophical. Like it's a good Greek like power.
It's like what saved people and the animals
Noah's
and
Ark
everything.
and
Probably
this
saved
is a very interesting story. Thank you, Noah.
I was probably the Noah of the whole story.
You were the Noah of the you were the Noah of the Ark.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow, you need to rename your next business Noah.
I need to make a video about that.
You should actually.
Probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, something where you visit something. We're recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So, yeah, we're here is one of my favorite spots, and for me, it's really important to listen to yourself for many years, because I was living this kind of mindset of, no, you don't know well.
Okay.
The system knows well. They tell you to do this by this age. They tell you to go to work like that.
Yeah.
9 to 5 is the way to do things. This and this and this and that. So you learn to ignore your inner calling.
Yes,
and
you
your
like
inner feelings.
reprogram to follow another path that is not your path.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
it's really important to listen to yourself. Your gut. You come here. It whispers something to your ear, right? You need to listen.
Yeah.
You're close to some people. You don't really enjoy it. You feel it in your
stomach. You feel
stomach.
it in your chest, in
Listen
your
to
stomach.
that.
Definitely.
Don't ignore it, because you have to do something with them.
Exactly. And
So-
sometimes like you think like on paper like I'm with that person, I'm next to them, and like they're actually a really nice person and they're not a bad person, but you just get like a sensation that maybe they're just not meant for you. Like they're nice, but it's not meant.
It's not compatible many times. Yeah.
Definitely. I had a similar feeling actually when I came, because I've been to Greece 5 times, but when I came 3 weeks ago, and I was in Paros. And like I was driving, it sounds so like woohoo, like philosophical, but I was driving on my quad bike at night time in the dark. Don't do that at home, but it was actually pretty safe. But I was driving back on my quad in the dark, and like you can see like the outline of like the mountains that were like looming there. The moon was like so full, and I was like, this land is so like
Powerful.
It's a very powerful land. And like obviously in ancient times we already know that it was a very like significant place, but I feel like that's still like around, you know. I feel like it's very special, powerful.
Yeah, and especially
place.
if you're a high vibration person.
Yeah.
And you get these frequencies because, you know,
of course,
people are like radio stations. We have frequencies,
definitely.
right? And not everybody's vibing at the same frequency. So, especially if you're a high frequency, high vibration person, you need to listen to those vibrations. This energy is really evident in your gut, right?
Yeah.
And some are positive, some are negative, some are telling you stuff.
Yeah.
Some are there to make you feel negative in order to change something.
To like wake you up a little bit, bring you back to your conscious.
So it's really important for us to listen.
Definitely.
It's there for a reason.
I agree. And like a lot of people have it, and like they have it and they can feel it, but they're not always like they don't have the awareness to channel it. Which
it's to do with the confidence and the realization of that this thing is real.
Yeah. And I think especially like what we were saying before, when you also can like try to help other people try and realize their own like that they're also in tune. So it's like you want to step into yours if you are already in tune, so you can help them become in tune.
And it takes up your energy as well. Helping
course.
others is definitely a lifter.
I agree.
For your energy.
Oh my god, at the retreat actually, all these girls were having like 5 coffees, and we came back after like a dinner, and it was like almost midnight, and they're on the couch, and like, guys, we're doing a module. Midnight. But like these girls were all like, yeah, why not? They're all like very hungry to learn, experience. And they're like, okay, but they were so tired, but like they did amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like running around like a crazy woman at midnight, like talking, running, cleaning in the kitchen while talking, going back to them, sitting with each of them. And it's like just this energy that you get from like being with others and like helping others. It's like just boosts you. Like I was also actually very tired, but like
you never lose from that.
Yeah, like the energy it gives you, even if you're not in like the optimal awake state, is unmatched, I think.
I agree completely.
And like even with like you were saying, things will whisper to you, like whether it's an outer force, whatever people want to call it, like you just have to listen to it. I think
we're created in that way, you know. We have this kind of second brain here,
definitely,
which is probably more spiritual and more conscious than the other one.
Definitely.
So there's there for a reason. Everybody says that. We have proofs about that.
Yeah.
And energy is a real thing, so we need to be able to listen to that.
Definitely. When I was driving on the quad bike that night, I was like, oh my god, like, you know, you can just feel it. You can feel something is like looming and like trying to speak to you. And I was like, because on the quad you have to be very like alert. The wind is blowing and it's like things get in your eye. And I was like, oh my god, don't cry. I was like, don't cry. The gods are speaking to me, but don't cry. It's so funny.
You should go to Sunia. You will experience that.
I really want to go there.
It's really amazing.
Is there a bus there? I know this is not related, but
probably.
Okay, yeah, maybe
it's a long ride, but
it's long.
It's a long one, yeah.
Okay, that's okay. We'll see.
But it's nice.
Amazing.
It's worth it.
Well, thank you so much for coming to meet me. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy we're having this conversation. We actually spoke like an hour before this, having coffee.
Yeah.
But it was a good like warm up, actually.
I agree.
I'm very grateful, and yeah, we'll talk soon again. I'm gonna come back to Greece.
Looking forward to the final video.
Yes, me too. Okay, we'll close it there.